Hey YouTube. So right now it's 6:27 a.m. and so I checked into the place. I spent the night in their parking lot outside of their guard gate, and here in Buda, Texas, just south of Austin. And so I checked in with them this morning, and they've put me into a door, but the guy said, you know, you're working. You may be here till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So if that's the case, that's the case. So chances are going to be good that I'm going to be here for a while. So I'm obviously going to miss the second appointment. The second appointment was supposed to be today, Tuesday, at 8 a.m. in San Antonio. So they'll have to be fixing that. Now that's going to a cold storage, so they may be a little bit more flexible about rescheduling the appointment than this place I'm at right here. So anyway, in the meantime, it rained. There was quite the, I don't know, it was like a thunderstorm or something was going on. There was at one point there was some lightning and thunder. And right now the temperature, I think, is 31 degrees. And so, needless to say, we've got freezing stuff on elevated surfaces. There's ice on the sides of the trailer and the truck, and kind of icicles dripping off of things. Fortunately, the ground itself is warm enough that nothing's freezing on it, but obviously you'd have probably freezing on bridges and overpasses this morning. But it looks like, I don't know, the rain may have kind of stopped. So I'm gonna pan the camera around so you can kind of get a feel for what this place where I'm unloading at, what it looks like. It, as I say, it's 6:30 in the morning Central Time, so it's still fairly dark here. Okay, so we're looking out my passenger side, or my driver's side window rather, and you can see that the pavement is quite wet. You can see the icicles. You can look there and see icicles kind of dripping off of the mirror bracket right there. And so I'll just, excuse me, kind of slowly pan on around. And you can see they've got like a maintenance building over here to my right, and then on around, and then there's another truck. It's going to be hard to see because it's sort of in the dark, backed into a dock to my right. Well, it's now 2:49 in the afternoon. The load is unloaded. However, this place rejected 7 cartons because they were mashed or crushed or whatever. So I called the claims department in my company, and then they said, well, you have to wait. You don't leave the receiver just yet. Wait until we've contacted the shipper, and then they'll tell us what to do. And so now I'm waiting, and it's been like an hour or more. And it's way past lunch. Of course, I haven't had any. Don't ever eat any breakfast, and I've been at this place anyway the entire time. Had a little Twizzlers or something, but I'm kind of hungry. So right now I'm just waiting, and I know what they're probably going to do is tell me, well, we're going to have you take these to a food bank. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. So in the meantime, I'm just sitting here. So I finally got away from Buda, Texas. I finally got the load unloaded, and now, unfortunately, there's 7 cases that the place rejected. So after the second drop gets unloaded tomorrow, Wednesday at 8 a.m., then I'll have to go to the shipper wants the stuff taken to a food bank. So I came to this Flying J in San Antonio, and then I will hang out here for a while until probably a few more hours, and then I'll drive on over to the receiver. The receiver's about 18 miles or so, give or take a few from here. It's in a different part of the area, but so anyway, we're just I'm in this Flying J, and you're watching that guy just kind of back into his parking spot right there. He has all those tractors on there, and as I'll just go ahead and pan around, and there's about 50 degrees here probably right now, unless it might have dropped a little bit by now, but it's about 50 degrees, and it's been overcast all day. And I don't know if it's supposed to do anything this evening or not, but if you look in the mirror right there, you can see the Flying J fuel island, and then behind that you can see part of the building. It's close to the center of the image there. So I'll be hanging out here at this Flying J, and just hopefully I won't have too much problem tomorrow getting the rest of the load unloaded. It's the vast majority of the load went to the first drop, and so the remaining portion really isn't all that big. I don't know how many, maybe there's 6 pallets in there. I really don't know, but there's not a whole lot. It's up in the nose of the trailer. And then probably the biggest problem is going to be going, there's a food bank around here, and they'll send me directions. Sometimes those food banks can be a big pain in the rear. I don't know. Trucking companies have done that for a long time. They'll have a food bank that they'll send you to, and I remember going to one, I don't know, it's been a number of years ago, and there was barely enough room to get my truck in there, and that can kind of be a nightmare. So I would rather avoid food banks if I can. There have been times where there are places you can actually call, and they will bring like a small truck to you in a truck stop, and then they come and get their product. So hopefully this will be some sort of a place that's in a warehouse of some kind, maybe a bigger, maybe like Salvation Army or some bigger place that has that's able to actually afford to rent a place in a genuine like an industrial park type place. I don't know, recently within the past couple, I'd say 3 months, I went to a place like that somewhere, I don't remember where now, and they actually had a sizable building and a little fleet of trucks, and I think they also had some employees, and also they had volunteers kind of hanging out in there. I don't remember where that was at now, right off the top of my head. So, but anyway, they'll come up with some load, and I'll maybe the weather's going to improve. There was certainly ice this morning, and I don't know what the weather. At first I looked, and it led me to believe that there might be some more weather, maybe some more freezing rain or a chance of freezing rain, but I don't. Right now it's 50 degrees, so I don't know if that's still a possibility or not. Just have to wait and see how that works out. So anyhow, from a sort of a cold 50 degree wind, a little bit of a breeze, not terribly bad, San Antonio, Texas. We'll catch you later.